I did another experiment this week. I'm going to give you the results. Stay tuned. Everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lydia. If you're new here, I have been on my keto weight loss journey for 22 months now, and I've lost 90 pounds to date. I am on my quest to lose a total of 125 pounds, maybe 115, I don't know. We're kind of figuring out our happy weight as we go along, but I am definitely on my quest to lose at least 100 pounds first, and then we'll figure out where to go after that. I have had an interesting week. So these past couple of weeks, I have been trying to eliminate certain things or add certain things just to kind of see if it would make a difference on the scale. For some reason, when I decided I was going to start tracking my macros and calories and putting everything into an app, I think I started that in the beginning of this year, my weight loss has slowed, it felt like. If you saw my last video or a couple of videos back, I was super highly frustrated at the rate that the pounds were coming off. So I decided to try certain things, and I was either going to add in apple cider vinegar, I was going to add in intermittent fasting, I was going to take out my bang, I was going to add in exercise, I was going to make sure my steps are high, I was going to do all of these things to try and figure out what is going to work in making that number on the scale move. So this week it was intermittent fasting. Last week was apple cider vinegar. We saw how that worked out. If not, make sure to click that video. But this week we're going to do away with the apple cider vinegar and add in intermittent fasting. So here's how my week went. Good morning and happy Monday. It is 10:40 in the morning and I have not had my coffee. I am still intermittent fasting. I went and got a facial this morning, so that gave me something to do this morning and not drink my coffee, which is my norm. That is what I am used to doing. So that was a nice change today. I went and got this facial. It was a gift card from one of my clients, one of my actors. And so it felt good to kind of do some self-love, some self-care today. I haven't made my coffee yet, so I'm going to make my coffee and have my collagen in it. And then we're going to go ahead and make some breakfast since it is 10:40. So I think I'm going to end up eating probably around 11 or so. But yeah, that's basically it. Let's start getting some stuff done today. Here we go.
Feel my heart, it's beating. All my body's breathing. It's just you and me. Feel my heart, it's beating. All my body's breathing. It's just you. Deep in it, can't stop. I'm forever the one you call.
is my first meal of the day. I've got some ground turkey. I think about 5 ounces, so it is fully stuffed with some sauteed onions, 2 eggs into an omelet, 2 tablespoons of salsa, a tablespoon of sour cream, and my chocolate collagen in my coffee.
It's beaten. All my body's breathing. It's just you and me. Feel my heart, it's beaten. All my body's breathing. It's just.
Good morning and happy Tuesday. So yesterday my phone dropped and I can't use the top half of my phone screen. It's not shattered, it just won't let me touch anything on the top half. So that's where my camera was at, and so I wasn't able to record anything for dinner yesterday. But I will tell you, I ate the exact same thing I had last week, which was zoodles with rouse and some chicken mozzarella meatballs and some shredded Parmesan cheese. It is 9:30 and I am breaking my fast about 30 minutes earlier than anticipated. But I do have an appointment at 6, so I anticipate me closing my eating window by 5:30. Anyway, yesterday I finished eating around that time, so I'm pretty close to my 16 hours of fasting. I didn't use my fasting app, but I should have. But now I'm gonna head out the door so I can try and get this phone fixed so I can finish recording and doing stuff and all that good stuff. All right, that's it. So for today's lunch, we had poke bowls. My husband and I had a lunch date, and I've been craving poke bowls, and it is a great alternative to sushi or sushi rolls. Poke bowls are sushi in a salad, basically. So for tonight's dinner, it was takeout. I picked up a chicken bacon ranch salad from Whataburger. All right, good morning. Happy Wednesday. So yesterday was a little bit off because I wasn't planning on eating out both of my meals yesterday, but I ended up eating out. And yesterday I was a lot hungrier than usual. It was very odd. So my husband and I went and had Hawaii poke bowls yesterday, and I added a few things. I'm sure we're a little bit higher in carbs. I did have I think a 3 protein salad. So I did have, I think, seared ahi tuna, and salmon. I had avocado, some fried garlic, I think is what it's called. Who knows what they have in that. A little bit of fried onions for some crunch, spicy mayo as the dressing, and some cucumbers. I think that was pretty much the whole bowl in a nutshell, so to speak. So it was really good, but as soon as I ate that, I remember telling my husband, oh, okay, I could totally eat another one of these. It did nothing for me for some reason, but I pushed and I pushed the rest of the time. And then when it was dinner time, I was starving at 4:30. I ended up getting a salad because I had to go to my mom's house to help her. And the Cobb salad in my head just didn't seem like enough for how hungry I was. So I ordered a chicken fajita taco on the side and took out the chicken and the peppers and added it to my salad just so I can have another pump of protein on my salad. I mean, it was good. I liked it, but I remember around 8 o'clock, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm totally hungry. But technically my fasting window has opened and I can't have anything until I think it's supposed to be 10 a.m. this morning. So it is 9:30. I've been up since 6:30, starving. I'm just trying to drink my water. I took my blood pressure, had a great reading. I took a shower. I'm trying to keep myself busy before I can even just break my fast with my coffee, which is what I'm looking forward to the most. So today's gonna be a super, super, super busy day. I did not get to make my chicken fajita bowl that I was going to have yesterday. So I'm going to make that for lunch today. And then for dinner, I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do, because literally as soon as I pick up Ivy up, I have to take her to her piano class, and then as soon as we get back, I have an appointment at 6, and so it really leaves me like maybe a 20-minute window to eat something before my 6 p.m. appointment, and I don't know if I won't have time to make anything, so I'll have to either figure out to eat leftovers from today's lunch, to maybe get some turkey and cheese roll-ups and, you know, some pickles or something. I don't know. I may just kind of like pick on something, maybe get a little bowl of Fage yogurt with some Mio and call it a night. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of pop in mid-week here and say how hungry I am. And I'm like looking at the time going, oh my God, this intermittent fasting business is really hard, especially when you wake up early and you've got 4 hours that you've got to keep yourself busy in the morning before you can break your fast and have your coffee. So it's difficult, but I did get a lower reading on my scale today, and it was the first time that I hit a 175. I'm hoping it's not just a fluke. I'm hoping that it stays there the rest of the week and maybe even, you know, goes lower. I mean, I feel so greedy wanting that. But anyway, I had been teetering between 176 and 178 for a few weeks now, that it feels good to see 175 on the scale, even if it was just for one day on this new scale. The old scale showed it to me, but the new scale hadn't yet. So then that would bring me exactly to 90 pounds lost, but I don't officially weigh in until Saturday, so we will see what it tells me come Saturday. All right, that's it. I'll shut up for today. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. It is 10 o'clock and I did it. I held out all the way till 10 a.m. and this cup of coffee is going to be the most amazing cup of coffee. All right, I'm kind of doing the most with today's lunch. So I made a big batch of this Spanish cauliflower rice because I want to be able to make these bowls again for lunch or dinners moving forward. I diced up, I think it's about 2 pounds of chicken with chicken breast and chicken thighs. Cooked that. I did some fajita peppers that I'll be adding a half a cup. I should be doing grams, but I'm doing a half a cup into my bowl. So right now this is what it's looking like. I already weighed out my chicken on my scale. I've got a cup of the cauliflower rice, an ounce, maybe 1.2 ounces of Colby Jack cheese. I'm going to throw the chicken on top along with a half a cup of peppers and a tablespoon of this light sour cream. And I've been looking forward to this for like a couple of days. All right, here we have it. I've got 2 little dollops. They were both half a tablespoon. So I have 1 whole tablespoon of sour cream, half a cup of the pepper, 6 ounces of chicken, a cup of the cauliflower rice, Spanish rice. And this is my chicken fajita bowl. All right, I literally have like 5 or 10 minutes before my appointment. So this is gonna be my dinner, which is 2 turkey roll-ups with Monterey Jack cheese, mayo, and ground mustard inside. So it's about 4 ounces of turkey, and that's it. I can never get tired of this lunch. This is my cauliflower Spanish rice, an ounce of Colby Jack cheese, about 6 ounces of chicken breast / chicken thighs, and light sour cream. All right, here is my dinner. It's pot roast, roasted broccoli, and some guacamole. And we are having our dinner out in the patio this evening. There it is. Starting the day off at 123/77. All right, it is 10 after 10 and I am breaking my fast with a collagen coffee. As you can see, my sugar-free whipped cream is getting bigger and bigger on my coffee. This is my lunch for today. I have the leftover cauliflower rice, the leftover cup of roasted broccoli, the leftover 3 ounces of chicken, an ounce of Monterey Jack cheese and Colby Jack cheese, I want to say, and a tablespoon of light sour cream. This should be the last time I'm eating this. It lasted me all week, which is awesome. I didn't feel like breakfast as my first meal, so this is it. So tonight Nick had a soccer game, so we decided to eat out at a restaurant, and we are at Cheddar's, and these evil people are eating these buttery rolls. But I ordered a steak, green beans, and broccoli, and it was delicious and filling and satisfying. So all in all, it was a good week. It was a rough start because your habits are hard to break. And when I started drinking my coffee at 8 a.m., it was hard to push that back to 10, especially when I wake up at 6. It was already hard to drink my coffee at 8 after being up for 2 hours, but now like trying to fill my time and, you know, keep myself busy for 4 hours before I can have my coffee was a bit of a struggle earlier this week. I was a lot hungrier in the morning. That coffee curbs my appetite, so having to wait till 10, it was a little rough. But by Wednesday or so, it was kind of smooth sailing again, which is nice. Let me give you my numbers for the week. So my averages. So last week's average calories were 1257 per day. This week's average calories were 1198. So obviously there were a couple of days throughout this week that I ate under my calories, not on purpose, just maybe being too busy, not being able to pre-plan or get those calories in before I went to bed. But I ended up averaging 1198. My protein last week was 121.5 on average. This week's average, my protein is 114. So it was a little bit lower, but still exceeding my goal of 110. My fat is not to exceed 79 grams of fat. Last week's average was 76. This week's average was 69.5. So it was a lot lower this week. My carbs, of course, not to exceed a net of 20 carbs. Last week was 14 on average. This week was 17 on average. So even though I ate less overall, I did end up eating more carbs throughout my week. Still keto friendly in the form of veggies and usually a lot of cauliflower rice, as you saw. So that was probably why my carbs were higher this week. So on a whole, I ended up eating 354 less calories than last week. But my steps, I did not go on a walk. I didn't get on the treadmill last week. I think I was just busy. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but overall, I walked 17,778 less steps this week than last week. Isn't that nuts? So obviously my steps were not pushed this week. And now for my weigh-in. So last week I weighed in at 176.2. I was a little frustrated. I think I had only lost a 0.4 of a pound last week. This week, I weighed in after doing intermittent fasting 16/8 this whole week. I weighed in at 174.6. So this is a new low number for me. No more teetering back and forth. I am now venturing into new lower numbers, which is super, super exciting for me. That is a loss this week of 1.6 pounds. Oh, this is what I was waiting for. Been waiting for a 1.6 or a 2-pound gain. Would have been nice. Even a pound in a week. I hadn't seen it. It'd been fractions of a pound. It felt like the past 2 months. And so it feels good to see a 1.6 loss this week with intermittent fasting. So that is awesome. Next week, I am not going to intermittent fast because I want to kind of test out eliminating the bang from my diet. I drink a daily bang, or I have drank a daily bang for the past month, it seems like. And then yet I'm complaining that my weight loss is super, super slow. So they may be a correlation as to why my weight loss is coming off slower. So this week we're going to experiment. We're only going to take out the bang. I still want to keep my calories consistently in the same area. I do want to increase my steps, but as you saw this week, even if they were not increased, I still saw a bigger loss on the scale. So I think just for cardiovascular, not necessarily to help push the weight loss, I do want to get those steps higher. I'm going to try, but you know, yeah. That's mainly the only thing different that I'm going to do is I'm not going to intermittent fast next week. Or maybe I will. I don't know. I may keep the intermittent fasting because I saw that once the intermittent fasting stops, it's harder to kind of get back into that groove. And right now I'm good at that groove. So I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to feel it out as far as when to start eating and drinking my coffee and when to end it. And we'll just kind of keep an eye on it. I'm not going to make myself intermittent fast. We're just going to kind of see what happens organically next week. But I am going to eliminate my daily bang and see what happens on the scale when I do. I do want to address my little rant a couple of videos ago with my frustration about my weight loss. I had gone through the numbers and I remember when I bought that new scale that there was a discrepancy between my old scale and my new scale numbers. And the date that I bought my new scale, obviously my weight jumped up like 9 or 10 pounds. And I tried not to let it mess with me because I had seen, you know, a lower number on the old scale. And then I get on the new scale and it's a higher number. And I'm trying to like, okay, let's start from this point and move again. And it just felt like, oh my God, like I feel like I was going backwards. Well, I did because the new scale gave me a new weight, which was 9 pounds heavier than my old scale had given me. So it did mess with my head. It did mess with my head because when I looked at the numbers, I bought the scale exactly 10 weeks ago. And when I add up or subtract, I should say, the weight that I am now versus the weight I was when I first stepped on that new scale, 10 weeks ago, I've lost 10 pounds. So I have been averaging a pound a week, which is 100% normal and healthy. And I've realized that I'm just impatient. Yep. Well, we knew that. I knew that. Everyone knows that. Who knows me knows I am extremely impatient. And especially when it comes to a goal of mine, I expect myself to reach it and quickly. But you know, it's not up to me. It's up to what my body wants to do. So as long as I stay consistent, consistent is the magic word here, because once I stay consistent, then over time, the results will come. That's it. That's it. There's no, if I'm not there by this date or this time, then forget it. It's just stay the course. So that's the biggest lesson I've learned this week. Continue to stay the course. I encourage you to stay your course and to stay consistent because you will see results as well. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear how your week went, or if you saw anything in my week this week that you want to comment on, I'd love to hear about it. Post it in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.